Morning, everybody. So, summer fitness packets are going out today. And to make sure that you know exactly how your summer fitness packet works, I'm going to make a short video, hopefully short, to kind of breeze through page by page what everything is, why it's in there. And I'm just going to kind of move the screen here so it's just looking at the desktop, and we'll move page by page. So, what I recommend is print out this packet front and back, and it'll be 25 pages. It is a long packet, but there's a lot of information in there. You shouldn't have a ton of questions, but if you do, as long as you watch this video one time through, I think you're going to have your answers. So print, read the packet, watch the video, you'll be good to go. All right, let's get into it. All right, so first page here is just a cover page, and then it goes into a welcome kind of introduction, and then you get into this sheet here that says how to use this packet. This is your table of contents. It's going to tell you for every page in here, or pages, what it is, why it's in there, how you use it. So if you forget why something is in there or where it's supposed to be used, you can always come back to this. At the end of these pages, you're going to see a little more additional notes about playing over the summer, listening to your body, how long this stuff should take as far as time commitments, if you get injured or if you go on vacation, what you should do. Next sheet here, this is where it lists the page number, so those first 4 pages don't have page numbers, and then it starts here. So we have a book club. Everybody will read this book by the time that they come into training camp. It's a really quick read. If you don't already know, you should know Women's World Cup is this summer, and the first game is actually today. France is playing the opening game. So for all of us that are in Pacific time, game's at 12 o'clock. So first page, book club. This next page is your summer calendar. So it tells you for each day what you should be doing all the way until the time that we come into training camp and we're together. So you are starting this packet on June 9th, which is this coming Sunday. So it starts Sunday here all the way to Saturday on this end, and it tells you what you should be doing. So where it says outside dynamic, that's the outside dynamic warm-up, which is in this packet. You go to week 1, speed, agility, conditioning, and you do the workout on that day as well. So it tells you basically every day what you're doing. On the 11th here, for example, this is weight room dynamic warm-up, and then you lift, and then you do prehab. So all 3 of those things are also in this packet. The weight room dynamic warm-up is in here. The lifting sheet for the 11th is in here. The prehab, which is your stretching, cool-down kind of stuff at the end of the day, is also in here. So it goes through every day for all 7 weeks. Then you get into the calendars here. When you print these out, if you print them out in black and white, it'll be a little bit harder for you to read. When you see the colors, it makes more sense. But everything is color-coded. It all corresponds to something. So in July, obviously, you are working on your summer fitness packet. But this is the stuff that's going to be going on during July. Things like physicals. You can do your physical at the courthouse if you're in town here. All physical and insurance packet stuff is going to be due on July 22nd. On July 29th is when we have our first team meeting, and then we get into fitness testing, and then into August where we're in double days for the first couple weeks. You can see in purples is where we have games and scrimmages. Yellows are yoga days. Greens are field sessions. Oranges are classroom sessions. Blues are the courthouse. Blacks are travel. And pink is a new addition down here for us because we're starting volleyball this year, and we're going to try and support them as much as we can. So we'll be going to games. Everything that you see on these calendars are non-negotiables for the most part, unless you have something really big going on, and you need to make sure you give it to me in writing. So text it, email it, send a carrier pigeon, whatever you need to do. So these calendars are in here to let you know how to schedule your work schedule if you're working, how to schedule classes, but Darren is going to help you with that, so nobody panic about scheduling your classes yet. He knows our schedule, and he will help you do all that stuff as it gets closer. This is the calendar rubric, so it tells you, just like I already did, what FS means, field session, what CR means, classroom session. So it goes through and lists all those things and where we're usually located for them. Now it gets into your weight room stuff. So those days where you're inside, this is your weight room dynamic warm-up. This sheet is a cover sheet for the lifting app. So either you are using the app on your phone, using the login code that I had emailed to you, or if you don't want to use your phone to do the app, I also printed out all the lifting sheets for all the days for the 7 weeks. So as you scroll through here, you're going to see a sheet that has the date at the top. So this corresponds to that summer calendar that said June 11th. This is the workout that you do on June 11th. And when you go through it, you track your lifting weights in each box. So on this day right here, June 11th, first day that you're lifting, after you do your warm-up, you would do box jumps, and it's 15 seconds, and then you would track how many reps you do in the 15 seconds. If you get to a lift somewhere down here, so let's say, scroll, on June 24th, you're going to do incline, dumbbell, bench press. You're going to do 3 sets of 8, and you're going to track the weight there. If you don't know what incline, dumbbell, bench press is, the benefit of using the app on your phone is there's going to be a little button you can click, and it will show you exactly how to do that lift. If you do it off the lifting sheet, obviously, if you come to something you don't know, you're going to have to probably either have a phone by you and Google it, or pull the app up and look at it, or you could ask somebody at the gym, and most likely you can find someone who knows what that lift is at the gym. So you have tons and tons of lifting sheets because there is 20 days that you are lifting over the 7 weeks. So lots of weightlifting stuff. We love to weightlift because it helps make you bigger, faster, stronger, but it's also, a lot of the lifting stuff is going to help prevent injuries during the season, because our season goes very fast and you're playing 2 games a week with not a lot of recovery time in there. So building this foundation early on is really important for us. Now you get into your outside stuff. So the first part of that packet, you saw a lot of weight room things and lifting sheets and the warm-up for weight room days, and then you get into outside stuff. So this is the warm-up that you do for outside days. So this is when you're going to be doing your speed, agility, conditioning stuff, and also your ball work and running stuff. So warm-up and then speed, agility, conditioning work. So week 1 on 6-9, this is the stuff that you would do. On week 1, the second day there, 6-10, this is the stuff that you're going to do. On 6-12, this is the stuff. On 6-14, this is the stuff. Week 2, this is what you do, so on and so forth. So each day is a little bit different. Typically, the first day of whatever week it is, that box at the top is going to be just straight ahead kind of sprints. So how fast can you be off the starting blocks? The second day is more of your stamina, endurance kind of thing, but it has intermittent jogging, running, sprinting kind of stuff in there. The third section of it is more of your speed, agility kind of stuff with sharp turns and quick turns and accelerations. And then the last day is your endurance and stamina over distance, but can you keep a good pace? So you have week 1 and week 2 on page 32, into week 3 and 4 on the next page, week 5 and 6 on the next page, and then that last page is week 7. Okay? And as you go, you're going to have days where when you get to the speed and agility things, you're going to go, I don't know what pro agility is or how far I'm supposed to make the cones. There's a sheet in the packet that corresponds to everything in here. So when it tells you to do pro agility and it tells you how many of it to do, you just go to the sheet and it's going to tell you how you set everything up. So you start in the middle, you sprint 5 yards, sprint all the way across 10 yards, sprint back to the middle 5 yards. That's pro agility. Figure eights, 15-yard turn drill, 30-yard T drill, 40-yard square drill, and then the gauntlet. The gauntlet is something you're going to have to run on a track because it's all based off of meters. The next section in here is the ball work section. So in your ball work section, you have juggling stuff, ball comfort movement stuff, and if you watch this little YouTube video that I put together probably about 6 years ago with a university program I was working with, if you watch it one time through, you're going to see this is how everything is done in those movements and in the Corver section. And then you have a section for wall work. So if you are a local person here, the place that I always go to do my track work, individual ball work, I just go to Hedrick Middle School because there's a concrete wall there right next to the track where you can do all this stuff in one place. And then once you get done, you do your prehab, which is, again, just your stretching, cool down kind of stuff. So we call it prehab because if you do these things consistently and correctly, you're not going to have to get hurt and then do rehab. Page 46 is our core values. This is the long version of it. This is the shorter version of it. And then you have 2 pages here that go back to back. So this page on page 48 is our fitness testing rubric, and this is our fitness testing sheet. So these sheets are in here not for you to have to complete, but to give you an idea of what we do on those first 2 days for fitness testing. So when we come into training camp, everybody is going to test on the things that are on this sheet, and everything on this sheet has a point associated with it, which is on this rubric. At the end of fitness testing, you need to have a total of 115 points or more. If you do that, then you get all your new gear. If you don't, then you're going to end up having to retest on things, and you're not going to get your gear at the same time everybody else does. So this is your incentive to make sure that you do your summer fitness packet and come in fit so you can get all your gear and really earn it. This sheet right here is our eTeam sponsors sheet. So the one fundraiser that we do is through eTeam sponsors at the beginning of the season. We raise last year we raised about $10,000 through this fundraiser. So every individual needs to fill this out as much as they can by the time that we come into training camp. So from this information, we spend 1 day, we put it all into a system. Our marketing department is going to be making a video for us this year, and then the campaign goes live. All the people that you put on your list then get a link and they can donate, or you can send the link and people could cut you a check or give you cash or whatever it is, and then it just goes into our account to help pay for our travel, our overnight stays, things like camping, extra gear, all that kind of stuff. I put a grocery list in here because every year people say, I don't know what to eat. So this list just kind of tells you what things are the good things for you to be eating, proteins and carbs and fibers and things like that, and what time of the day is the best time to be eating them as well for breakfast, lunch, or dinner. And then the last couple pages here, you have a contact list for everybody that is currently signed or I feel will be participating with us in some capacity over this season. So you guys can reach out to each other for accountability, for working out, for housing things, for whatever, or just organizing time to get together and play once more people are kind of in the area or in the bubble, because the more that you guys are playing together, the better off we're going to be as well. And then this last page is a PDF schedule for all of the Women's World Cup games, which again starts today. So this game right here, this is the game we were talking about that's between France and Korea, I believe, and that's at noon today. But if you're on top of it, you're going to know that the U.S. is in Group F, and we don't play until the 11th, which is this coming Tuesday. So that is your summer fitness packet. That was a very quick run through because I don't want to go too in depth to it, but ideally you print this out, you watch this video, you read through the packet, and all your questions are hopefully answered. I will be reaching out to you guys throughout the summer to make sure we're getting things done and paperwork's getting filled out as we need. And if you guys have any questions, just shoot them my way. All right, bye.